We got play-in predictions, y'all. We're going to do a little different format today. We're just going to go off the dome. Just kind of spitball and brainstorm some coherent predictions, not just like two random things. We're just saying the 7th and 8th are the ones that are just going to advance because they're just higher ranked. I'm not going to, let's just do something. Let's think this out. Let's do a little bit of a thought experiment. And here we go. Play-in prediction. Eastern Conference. We got the 7th versus the 8th Cavaliers and the 9th Atlanta Hawks versus the 10th Charlotte Hornets. Nets versus Cavaliers. Nets versus Cavaliers. One of these two teams is going to not make it. It's just so easy to say the Nets are going to beat the Cavaliers. It's just an easy 7th lock-in. The narratives, I get that all, but they got guys like Kevin Durant, Kyrie. They got guys that we just got to give the benefit of the doubt. So I guess we'll take the easy pick. The 7th seed Nets take the 8th seed Cavaliers. Nets advance into the 7th seed. Hawks versus Hornets. Now this one's a good one. We got two young up-and-coming teams looking to establish themselves in the playoff contention, I guess you could say, over the next few years. These guys are trying to develop a team that's going to be fighting. You know, we got LaMelo Ball and his crew. Trae Young versus his crew. Who's got it? Ooh, man. Hornets have shown that all season they've come up big in a lot of different situations. A lot of big games. They have shown some dominance. They've shown a little bit of everything, but at the same time, they've also shown a little bit of weaknesses in all areas as well. With that being said, Trae Young leading the way, Clint Capella at the center. Who's the Hornets' big man? Why am I drawing a blank right there right now? Ooh, that might be the advantage they need, but they start running that freaking fast break. Does it really matter? Can Clint Capella freaking run up and down for a whole game? This is genuinely a tough one. I think this one comes down to a final possession. Might even go into multiple overtimes because it'll be that close a game. Hawks take it, and for the sole reason is because what they did last year, they got a little bit more playoff experience, they got a little bit more grit, and hopefully that transitions into, when it counts late game, maintain composure and pull out the win. I think the Hornets will play a fantastic game, but I just think maybe that inexperience might be the thing that makes that one crucial mistake in a game where just like literally it's going to come down to one turnover. So that's going to be a freaking good game. Man, I can't wait for that one. And we got the 8th seed Cavs versus the 9th seed Hawks. This is another crazy game. We got a young defensive team with a lot of potential in the Cavs and a Hawks team that is up and coming. They got a nice young player. Man, growing up a Raptors fan during the Tracy McGrady / Vince Carter years, man, to have any one of these young guys on my team would have been insane. What do we do here? What do we do here? Might not be as a high-scoring game. Cavs are going to clamp them down a little bit. That inexperience is another thing that I think is going to play a big factor here. Mobley's a really nice young defensive stud here. That boy's got potential. If he's already that good defensively, he can develop. Look at Kawhi Leonard. He was just a defensive player, high-skilled defensive player, and he developed an offensive game, and he became an extremely nice two-way player. Evan Mobley versus Trae Young. Mobley's coming off a bit of an injury. He might not have his full legs, or he might not be in full swing again. Which is probably why they'll lose to the Nets in the first place. Yeah, Hawks take it. Coming out of the Eastern Conference play-in, I think the 7th seed is the Nets and the 8th seed is the Hawks. God damn, that's going to be a really, really good play-in bracket, whatever you want to call it. That side of the freaking bracket is going to be awesome. Let's move on. Western Conference. We have the Timberwolves facing the Clippers. Is Kawhi going to be back in time? Is Kawhi coming back for the playoffs? Is he going to pull an MJ and play decoy and do his best? Or go out there and play all out and risk injury and just gas out and just not have enough in the tank? I don't think he does it in the play-in, so I don't think they have him. So Paul George and the crew, very good crew, man. That Reggie Jackson and the boys, really good regular season team without their stars, with Paul George hitting stride. Versus a Timberwolves team that for the most part has been intact, at least since the All-Star break, if I'm not mistaken. Man, Cat's rounding into form. He dropped a 60-point game not too long ago. Man, that's going to be an interesting game. I think this game, there's going to be a clear winner, regardless of whether it goes to the Clippers or the Timberwolves. I think one way or another, the game ends with like a 5, maybe a 10-point lead. I don't think it's going to be close. I don't think it comes down to the last shot. I think both these teams have enough strengths that they can take control of a game and keep it out of hand for the other team and just kind of steal it. They're both capable of doing that. Whether they can execute it against each other is another thing. Timberwolves. Just going off gut. Timberwolves advance to the 7th seed. Man, that'll leave a jaded Clippers team playing to scrape in against the winner of the Pelicans versus the Spurs. We got some nice storylines here. I don't know about nice teams. Well, I guess they both got some nice players. Like, we got, DeJounte Murray, and Pelicans got old frickin' Ingram and old Dame Lillard's number 2. Oh my God, why is his name eluding me right now? CJ McCollum. Ooh. Now that I just said that out loud, they're going to have Ingram and CJ McCollum out there. I think that alone gives them enough edge to easily take the Spurs out in this game. They have a competent center in... We drafted him. What's his name? I can't remember right now. Valanciunas. They got Ingram. Man, he's turning into a nice young stud. Pelicans advance versus the Clippers. Here is where we have a match of similar teams, right? Pelicans have a team with like 2 good guys out there, in Ingram and McCollum, and the Clippers have 2 nice guys in Paul George, and old Reggie Jackson has been lighting it up. Man, really impressed with that dude. They're both basically going to play the same type of game, but who does it better? Clippers. I don't think the Clippers dominate the Pelicans, but I think they beat them handedly. Those are my predictions. So we got the 7th seed in the Eastern Conference being the Nets. We got the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference being the Hawks. In the Western Conference, we have the 7th seed being the Timberwolves. In the 8th seed in the Western Conference, we have the Clippers. Yeah, not bad. All in all, there's going to be some really good games. They're going to be competitive. I don't really see a blowout. Maybe the Nets can potentially blow out the Cavaliers. I think that's really the only game that has blowout potential. And other than that, it's going to be a good play-in tournament. Right on. Well, I guess I'll leave you guys there. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. And in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.